Adventure Bike Shop, proud sponsors of Adventure Bike TV. Rubbish adverts.
Greater adventure.
Hello and welcome to the first Adventure Bike TV of 2017. Now, on the bike test a couple of months ago, we did the much loved review of the Honda C90 and then followed that up with the review of the Africa Twin. This month we decided to go for something right slap bang in the middle.
Welds in aluminium can fatigue and fail over time. That's why our panniers are riveted, like aircraft. Metal Mule, engineered to be different. Proud sponsors of the bike reviews on Adventure Bike TV.
We always say that almost any bike can be an adventure bike. You can have big capacity bikes, you can have small capacity bikes. You can take almost any bike, almost anywhere. That said, there will always be occasions when you want something very specific. You want something suited to your adventure, like huskies in a sled are suited to snow. When your big bike's just a little bit too big and your small bike hasn't got quite enough grunt. You want a dual sport bike that is properly fast on the tarmac and which is just as fast off-road. For many, the obvious choice would be the CCM 450, but it's a whole lot of wonga, and if you haven't got the money, you might think about something older like a XR or a DR, which would be great choices. But how about catching a bit of a curveball? So how about this? A 2005 KTM 525 EXC. That's an appalling idea, I hear you cry. The 525 is an EXC. It's a race bike. Pwah! Well, before you throw me and my idea off of a cliff, here's a few little bits of food for thought. The EXC has the magic button, aka an electric start, sadly missing on some of the older adventure bikes like the XR650. It's 28 pounds lighter than the XR and has 6 gears, which means it's capable of 90 miles an hour if you want to go that fast on it. And the 525 has one more little trick up its sleeve. 400 pounds and you've got a set of supermoto wheels which turns this bike into a truly mad road machine. The 525 is one of the most powerful big bore thumpers you can buy. It is a whole handful of fun. You can easily manage the manners on the 525. A bigger sprocket on the back means you'll be putting wheelies in almost every gear. Smaller sprocket and you'll be cruising in comfort. And you can ride it to work, mash up the twisties or ride on your adventure. There are a few rather important things keeping the 525 from being an outstanding dual sport bike straight out of the box. Its limited oil capacity, its fuel range and the service intervals. You'll be lucky to get 80 miles on a standard tank and you'll be topping up the oil almost as often. Both are fixable though. You either stop a lot or you change the oil cooler and the tank. The service intervals are a bit of an issue. Easy riding should mean an oil change every 500 miles, maybe even every 1,000. And as for the valves, well, it depends on how hard you ride it, but it shouldn't affect a short adventure. In terms of the bike's overall longevity, I've known plenty of these bikes go 20,000 miles plus without a blink. You can easily carry enough luggage for an adventure. You'll be going light for sure, and the kitchen sink will stay at home, but considering the places you can ride this bike, that's a good thing. Of course you won't have the wind protection, bottom comfort or electronic wizardry of the modern bikes, but you do get the most amazing off-road fun. So I hope I have firmly established that the 525 is a really capable dual sport bike. Off-road it is astonishingly quick and can handle anything you throw at it. And even on the tarmac it's okay, but with road tyres on actually it's a lot of fun. Is it a globe-trotting adventure bike? No, far from it. It's got way too many limitations. But would it be a great adventure bike for 2 weeks in the mountains where you're doing 90% off-road? Yep, it would be fantastic. Even if you are stopping every 80 miles or so for fuel, unless of course you change the fuel tank. But then I guess the big question of course is, would I have one of these in my garage? Well, yeah, of course I would.
Our handles are spring-loaded to ensure they don't rattle, reducing noise when riding. Metal Mule, engineered to be different. Proud sponsors of the bike reviews on Adventure Bike TV.
Now, over the last couple of months, we've had over 5,000 votes cast for Adventure Bike TV's People Awards. So now it's time to find out who the winners are. Welcome to the 2016 Adventure Bike TV People's Awards. This year's awards have become more popular than ever. They are fast becoming the adventure bike industry's favourite awards voted for by you, the customer. This year we decided to split the best adventure bike category. The first is for adventure bikes 800cc and over, and the second is for adventure bikes 800cc and under. The nominations for the best adventure bike 800cc and over are the BMW 1200 GS Adventure, the Ducati Multistrada 1200 Enduro, the Honda CRF 1000L Africa Twin, the KTM 1290 Super Adventure, the Triumph 800 XCX, and the Triumph 1200 Explorer. And the winner is the Honda Africa Twin. The next category is the best adventure bike 800cc and under. The nominations are the BMW F700 GS, the CCM GP450 RS Adventure, the Honda CB500X, the Kawasaki Versys 650 and the Suzuki V-Strom 650 XT. And the winner is the Honda CB500X. Our next category is for Best Dealer Customer Service, and the nominations are BMW, CCM, Ducati, Honda, Kawasaki, KTM, Suzuki, Triumph and Yamaha. And the winner is Honda. An impressive haul for Honda this year, having won none at all last year.
Always the best awards to win are those voted for by the public, so thanks to those of you that did vote. The accolade for Africa Twin caps an exceptional year for that bike, one that has truly carried on the legacy of its iconic predecessor. It's also fantastic to see recognition from you for its younger sibling, the CB500X, an A2 friendly bike that really opens up the road of true adventure for younger riders. And also, last but not least, fantastic to see our dealers recognised for the fantastic after-sales service they provide for our bikes. Thank you.
The award for Most Inspiring Rider. The nominations are Two-Wheeled Nomads, Ed March, Graham Field, Nathan Millwood, Reese Laurie, Sam Manicom. And the winner is Ed March for the 2nd year running. Keep the good work going, Ed. The award for Retailer Customer Service. Nominations are Adventure Bike Shop, Adventure Bike Warehouse, Adventure Spec, Cotswold Outdoor, Get Geared, Nippy Normans, TOURATECH and Travel Dry. And the winner is, again for the 2nd year running, Adventure Bike Shop. The award for Best Adventure Publication. Nominations are Adventure Bike Rider, ADV Moto, ADV Rider, Brake Magazine and Overland Magazine. The winner is Adventure Bike Rider. The award for Best Clothing Manufacturer. The nominations are Halversons, Climb, Revit, Rucker, Spada and TOURATECH. And the winner is Climb. The award for Best Helmet Manufacturer. The nominations are AGV, Arai, Bell, Nex, Schuberth, SHOEI and TOURATECH. And the winner is SHOEI. The award for Best Accessory Manufacturer. The nominees are Altrider, Givi, Krieger, Metal Mule, RNG Racing, SW Motec and TOURATECH. And the award goes to TOURATECH. This year we are adding a new category called the Lifetime Achievement Award. This is not an award voted for by the public, but instead the winner is selected after great deliberation by the Adventure Bike TV team. This year the award is going to a man who is always pushing the boundaries and never rests on his laurels. This man is a world record holder, prolific author and videographer. This year's Adventure Bike TV's Lifetime Award goes to Nick Sanders. Many, many congratulations to all our awards winners and of course all the nominees. Now it's time for Top Tech.
Hi, my name's Connor. Welcome to this month's Top Tech. On this month's Top Tech, we have the Coflano Classic Portable Coffee Maker. This is the coffee maker. Comes in one small compact unit. Take off the lid, which is where you put the hot water. The grinder. Brings you to the filter and then leaves you with the mug you'll drink out of. So this is how you actually make the coffee. Get your coffee filter, you place it in the main cup. You get your grinder, put the grinder on top, screw it in so it doesn't fall out. Place your coffee beans in here, start grinding. Close it back up, take that part off, place the grinder to one side. At this point, you could pour hot water directly from the pan or use their own cup with a perfectly sized spout to give you the best flow of water over your coffee beans to give you the best flavour from your coffee. After you've poured your hot water in, you take out the filter, put it to one side, which then gives you the best coffee you can have. So if you'd like to win the Coflano Classic, all you have to do is answer this simple question. What beverage can you make with this? Is it A, coffee, B, tea, C, orange juice, or D, apple juice? For your chance to win, go to adventurebiketv.com and click on the competition link. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next month on Top Tech.
Now, that's a bit of top tech that I would not mind getting my grubby little paws on. And of course, if you want to be in with a chance of winning it, go online on our website to enter the competition. Now we'll see you after the break.
The Adventure Bike Shop, proud sponsors of Adventure Bike TV. Rubbish adverts.
Greater adventure.
The Adventure Bike Shop, proud sponsors of Adventure Bike TV. Rubbish adverts.
Greater adventure.
Welcome back. Now, in last month's episode, we were in South Africa reviewing Honda's Africa Twin, but that wasn't all we got up to. We also took ourselves off on a rather nice little adventure tour through eastern South Africa and Lesotho. Here's part one of our South African special. We have had the most amazing weekend at Horizons Unlimited South Africa. But of course, we are in South Africa and it would be very rude of us not to get out and try and see some more of the country. Now, we could have joined an organised tour, but whilst they're great, not really our cup of tea. However, we are lucky enough that a group of our friends, including Grant and Susan Johnson, are off on a trip for a week and they invited us along. Now, one of the guys described today's riding as a bit of a utility ride. So it's taken us from the event location north of Johannesburg down to the borders with Lesotho. And guess what I'm going to be riding? We've been riding for about 3 hours now, 3 or 4 hours. And the thing that strikes me most about, well, two things strike me most about the riding we've done so far. is it's all still farmland of some kind. So everywhere you go, it's still game fences to keep the animals inside. And the other thing is the distance between towns. And one of the guys just made the comment, you ride in England and every few miles you come across a village or a town or something. Here we've just been riding and it says road, 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 road. It's nice riding in a big group. I like it. It's good. Friendly.
We're about 5 kilometers from Clarence, a little tourist town in the Free State. And behind me is the Highlands Water Project. This is actually a huge tunnel which they pump water from the Ducati Dam in Lesotho down the Ash River to the Vaal Dam. That is one of our major supplies from the Ducati Dam into the Gauteng area in South Africa.
Cobus has just been explaining in a bit of technical detail about this waterway. But what's absolutely incredible is there's a huge amount of water and all we can see is just the top of the tunnel over there. It's really quite astonishing. This is how big the pipe is! Yay! As we rode on, it became clear that what was a utility day for the South Africans was, for us, a day of great roads and amazing scenery. We've stopped for lunch in this odd little town, nestled in the middle of these beautiful mountains, and we've got this kind of village green surrounded by tourist shops, which seems mainly full of articles which are too big to take home. I have found a rather fancy alternative helmet for motorcycle riding.
You look like a knob.
It's always interesting to come and visit any place, tourist or not, in a country that I haven't visited before. But I must admit, I am looking forward to going out and seeing what I guess in my head I think of as the real South Africa.
And that's the truth.
We were talking at lunchtime about what constitutes an adventure, because this is very different from a lot of the adventures that I've done before. We're going along with a group. It's not something that I have personally organised. And I thought that the answers were really interesting, and we were talking with Grant and Susan Johnson about it, and their answer was an adventure is something that just takes you beyond your comfort zone. And I would absolutely 100% agree with that, but I'd also expand the answer, because I think an adventure like this can also just be something that is hugely different to what you normally experience. So riding through the stuff we've been done today, I find adventurous. It's not something which is perilous. It's not something which is necessarily dangerous or hugely challenging because you're riding 15 hours a day or going through mud all the time or going up steep rocky hills. It's just something completely different, and for us coming from the UK, this ride is hugely different and incredibly interesting, and for me that makes it an adventure. It's the start of day 2 after our utility day yesterday, and we're off to Lesotho, which the guys are calling the Mountain Kingdom, and we're going to finish the day with a ride down Sani Pass, which apparently is off-road and quite spectacular. We've only been here a day, and I just wanted to kind of share what we're seeing of some of the extremes of this country already. So over on the left-hand side, we've got the local township, and then on the right-hand side, over my shoulder, is just the most beautiful mountain African countryside. And we've seen this, and it's only day 1. Day 2 saw us enter Lesotho, where, as always happens on these trips, we met some great people, including a couple who were celebrating their anniversary, so Cubus gave them a little treat, while Tom met some more locals.
I just met this gentleman at the side of the road. He just come over to say hi because he saw us driving through.
Yeah.
So you're heading off to the field?
Yeah, to field. I'm going for a field.
Oh right, okay. To work, is it?
Yeah, to work.
Oh, fantastic.
Yes.
Oh, thanks for stopping,
I
buddy.
would like to take a tour with you sometime.
Yeah, it's great to meet you, buddy. What's your name?
Sabila.
Sabila.
Yeah.
Sabila. My name's Tom.
Tom.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Nice to meet you, buddy.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
Thanks a lot.
Cheers.
Cheers.
The riding just got better and better. This is the Black Mountain Pass, and it's the new highest navigable road in Africa. There are some tracks apparently you can go up in Kilimanjaro, which are higher, but you've got to go up and turn around and come back. So this is the highest navigable pass. Didn't used to be. It used to be the climb pass. Apparently, when they then put the tarmac road in the climb pass, they reduced the height of it slightly and corrected it from the old maps. And this is now Black Mountain Pass, 3,240 metres, highest navigable pass in Africa. Down there, right down there, is the Sinai Pass, which everyone's sort of been talking up as the hardest bit of off-road that we're going to have to do. So really got no idea what to expect, but the last thing I think any of us wanted was to do it in the fog. At the top of the Sinai Pass is Africa's highest pub, and one of the things that they used to allow you to do was to write something on the walls or the ceiling. Unfortunately, they don't allow you to do it anymore. But what we have found is something written by one of our friends. Apparently, he's a sex god. Really, Billy? We thought we'd wait around just a little bit to see if the fog would clear. Unfortunately, as you can see, it's just got worse. However, we have run into a local adventure bike rider, so we're going to have a chat with him and hopefully it will be a bit better afterwards. So this is the adventure rider, the local adventure rider that we've met. Let me just try and tackle. Oh, I've got it, right. So just tell us about what bike you ride and what the adventure riding scene is like in Lesotho.
The bike I'm riding is the DR200. Here in Lesotho, I'm a professional nurse. I work in the district of TOURATECH. Because of our difficult routes, I also got interest in off-road riding. That's why I bought myself a KTM 300, so that at least I can do some off-road stuff.
Okay. And have you ridden outside of Lesotho? Is all your riding in Lesotho?
Currently, I'm still riding in Lesotho. I haven't ride outside Lesotho.
Have you got any plans to ride outside of Lesotho?
Yes, I got plans.
So where do you want to go?
Anywhere outside the country.
Okay.
Because just riding refreshes the mind and you get peace when you are riding, especially when you are outside.
Still to come in future instalments of our South African adventure. Keep your eyes peeled in next month's episode because we'll be showing part 2 of our adventure. Now it's time for Under the Visor.
James Cargo Motorcycle Shipping sponsors Under the Visor.
So good morning, my name is Juan Zarazaga, I'm from Spain. I've been riding a bike here in Africa for the last few months. Started in Cape Town, went all the way to Dar es Salaam, and now I'm back in my way to Cape Town. Well, I always dream about coming to Africa. It's like the dream for every adventure biker. And I realized it was doable. The region I decided to travel to, it's easy, politically stable, you can do it, and it's fantastic scenery, and you have all the adventure you can handle. So, well, my adventure started in South Africa, and I went to Namibia, across to Botswana, back to Namibia, Zambia, Malawi, Tanzania. I tried to enter Mozambique unsuccessfully, so I retraced my steps, went to Malawi, Zambia, I crossed Zimbabwe, and now I'm in South Africa, which is going to be the end of my travels. So 6-7 countries up to now. Well, I'll always ride in my back in Spain, but my previous, last year I was doing something similar. I bought a bike in Vietnam, and I ride through Vietnam, Laos, and Cambodia, and it was my first, let's say, long-term trip there. I love it, so I said, let's change continent, but keep the same type of adventure. It was like, again, the same, like 8-9 months I was there, and it was like, I said, my first long-term trip, and it was a very, very nice experience. So I wanted a bit more challenging, and Africa has definitely given me all the challenges I can handle. Yeah. Next, I think maybe back to Africa next year, because it's such a big continent, and Ethiopia is something that I really, really like to go, but I couldn't this time, I didn't have time, so maybe Africa next year, or if I have enough of Africa, I think I'll go to South America, doing the same thing, just taking a plane, buy a bike there, and ride across South America. Well, basically, I don't know anybody. I mean, all my friends have like normal lives, families, kids, mortgages, wives, so they cannot come with me. They may come, like last year in Asia, they come to spend like 2 weeks with me, but yeah, I don't know anybody who can spend with me like 6 or 7 months. So I wish somebody can come longer with me, but right now that's the only thing I can have. Like 2-3 weeks is the maximum people can come with me. Well, the best thing is you can plan and improvise, being open to ideas to other people. When I landed in South Africa, I didn't have any idea what I was going to do, and I just spent time speaking with people, and I did my route just based on some research, but especially suggestions. That's a good thing. The bad thing is, yeah, well, you ride alone, and sometimes you are, yeah, it's a bit like a lonesome experience, yeah. But you cannot have one with the other, so you have to pay the price if you want to do it by yourself. And I think it's a price worth paying, but yeah, sometimes loneliness is a bit minus in this experience, yeah. I think Namibia is the country, is probably 3 times as big as Spain, and it has like 2.5 million people, so big landscapes. It makes you really feel, you know, adventurous, and it can be adventurous. Huge landscapes, and it's very, very special. The rest of the continent is more populated. You interact more with people. Namibia, your interaction is basically, yeah, with the huge landscape they have there. So I advise people just to go there. It's an excellent place to ride bikes. Well, I have a small accident, and that probably is the worst. I don't know. I still don't know why. My front wheel burst in the middle of Zambia, and I lose control of the bike, and I slide on the road for some meters, and that's probably the worst moment. But yeah, it can happen anywhere. So if you want to go to adventure like very fast, just the best thing you can do is just take a plane. Don't take your bag, just take a plane, fly to exotic destination, and start your adventure there. It's easy. You don't have to think about paperwork and anything. And yeah, you can start your adventure the next day you landed, basically. If you start from your home, you just spend too much time thinking about paperwork and about things you need to do. You don't need, just need some cash to buy the bike, and just bring you a good helmet, and that's it. Just basically take a plane and buy a bike, somewhere exotic. That's my advice. Well, but my only thing, I had a flat rented. I mean, I rent a flat for a month in Cape Town, so I knew I wanted to spend a month in Cape Town, and that gave me an address to which I can register my bike, and I wanted to spend some time there. And after that, yeah, I started looking for the bike, speaking with people, preparing the trip. But I didn't even know what the countries I was going to travel. I didn't even know, the destination. It was going to be east, west. It surprised me that it's the other way around. I mean, in Spain, I arrived here, we were heading into summer, and here they were heading into winter. So yeah, it's a different hemisphere. That is the level of preparation I had. I didn't realize that they have the changes, the seasons, the other way around. So, yeah.
James Cargo Motorcycle Shipping sponsors Under the Visor.
It is now time for the Travel Journal, and it's part 3 of Ride 50 at 50.
How's it been today?
I'm going to start off by saying how tired I am again.
Yes.
I seem to be tired every single night. It's exhausting, but it's just so much fun. We started off this morning in Athens, in Ohio, and we're heading to a place called Seymour in Indiana. Now, I don't know whether we're going to get there or not because we're so tired. And of course, that's risky riding like that. The weather's been pretty good actually. Yeah, we got a little bit wet. Did we get wet today?
Not really, no.
Okay,
no.
so that's the
first day we
didn't
get wet.
First day.
But we didn't get it.
Yeah.
So, but it was cold though. I think it got down to about 50 Fahrenheit. So it's warmed up really nicely now because we want it to, and so it will. Tomorrow we got St. Louis. Looking forward to that.
St. Louis.
Yes, that'll be fun. And you've
For
got a few things lined up, haven't you?
Big night out.
Is it sleepless in St. Louis?
No.
Oh, shit-faced.
Shit-faced, yeah.
Shit-faced in St. Louis.
It's going to be a pretty big one. So, well, we can talk about that afterwards.
So, Adrian, how excited are you?
This is incredibly hot and it's burning my lips and I can't feel it. Eat it.
So where are we living? Now we're just going down the St. Louis Arch, the Jefferson Memorial Arch, 630 feet high, which is really high, and it's quite a wonky little elevator-y thing pod.
It's scary, it's very high, and on a windy day you can feel the structure moving, apparently. Luckily today it wasn't windy.
It was moving.
A little bit.
It was.
So yesterday, Saturday, we rode from St. Louis to Jefferson City, and the road started off beautifully. We did the 100, that's part of the old historic Route 66. The roads were like velvet, so beautifully smooth, and just winding around the countryside, and beautiful countryside as well. And then we joined the 50 again, and the 50 from there to Jefferson City is a bit like a French motorway or something like that. It's quite quick. Speed limit's up to about 65, and it gets a bit tedious. And we realised very quickly that that type of road is what's going to take us across the plains for another 650 miles or more, and that's going to be quite boring. So we were all a bit concerned about doing something like that. They're so boring. And really, luckily, we bumped into this guy, Tom, who lives in Kansas City. He's there with his wife, and he's a Harley rider, and he's done this trip loads of times, and he was giving us these tips. And actually, it's just a necessary evil. You've got to ride the 50 or the I-70, which is a bit north of there, and you just got to do it. So what we're going to do is wake up early, do longer hours, get the thing done, get to Colorado.
Yeah, Route 50 so far has been maybe a little bit disappointing. It certainly wasn't what I expected. I was expecting nice, quiet roads that ran through rural areas, through lots of small towns, and lots to see, past farms. And car behind. Car. Andrew's asleep. He's sometimes a little slow to get going in the morning, and that can be a bit of a pain. But you know, this is a tough journey. We're starting off fairly early, we're finishing fairly late, and it's taking a toll. To be perfectly frank, it's tough, and it's really difficult not to be antsy with each other. And you know, sometimes the antsiness gets the better of you, and all of us become a bit snappy, can become a little bit snappy, and that's tough.
Ian Davis from Blip Coffee Roasters.
My name is Tracy McCarty. They call me the Honey Badger.
I bought my very first motorcycle from the guy that owns this dealership in 1974 with my lawn mowing money.
It's the biggest ball of twine in the whole world!
Okay, well, that was the show. I hope you've all had a fabulous start to 2017, and we will see you next month.
Adventure Bike Shop, proud sponsors of Adventure Bike TV. Rubbish adverts.
Greater adventure.